would say boo boo. If I were a ghost, you would hear me say boo boo. If I were a robot, I would say beep boop. If I were a robot, I would say beep boop. If I were a robot, you would hear me say beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep. If I were a witch, I would say yee-hee-hee. If I were a witch, I would say yee-hee-hee. If I were a witch, you would hear me say yee-hee-hee-hee-hee-hee. If I were a cat, I would say meow. If I were a cat, I would say meow. If I were a cat, you would hear me say meow, 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 meow. If I were a pirate, I would say arr. If I were a pirate, I would say arr. If I were a pirate, you would hear me say